What's up guys, Gavin here, and guess what? I got a new camera. So now I just got a Panasonic Lumix GH4 4K beast. So I'm going to be coming at you in 4K with this video as long as I can upload it. If not, it'll be 1080 just cropped. So today I wanted to talk about my glass. I've got a new DSLR and I had absolutely no lenses for it when I got it. So I've picked up a few in the past few weeks and here's what they are. So first off, I lied. I had one lens. It is a Canon 18 to 50, not 18 to 55, that's a different lens. 75 to 300 millimeter photo lens. Just a standard cheap kit lens. So I had that from an old film camera I had a Canon EOS Elan 70. Someone actually gave me the camera, so hey, I'll take it. So I got this lens first, and this is basically useless for any video work that's moving at all. If you have it on a tripod taking a time-lapse of something far away, it's great. And here's why. The Panasonic Lumix GH4 uses a micro four thirds mount. This is meant for I don't remember if it's for a full frame or for a APS-C crop sensor. Anyhow, it's not made for the GH4. So what that means is there's a 2x crop factor on any lens for Canon on the camera. So any lens you take for this, like this 75 to 300 here, it'll focus, come on. Still learn how to use this thing. There it is, 75 to 300, right? Not really. That 75 to 300 in reality is 150 to 600 millimeters, making this a super long range lens. So that being totally useless, I decided, hey, I don't want a long lens all the time. So I bought a lens on the opposite end of the spectrum for really cheap. Honestly, I spent $100 on this lens. And it's low quality. It's not a good brand. It is 13 millimeters when you do the crop factor, and it's a fisheye. So a lot of people are probably going to hate it, think fisheye is dumb, but for skating, biking, snowboarding, etc., fisheyes are great. So what I did is when I got the lens, it had the aperture, it's all manual, so the aperture ring had the ball bearing in it, which clicks, so it locks into the aperture spots. I took that out because I don't like those, honestly, on manual lenses. I like having the nice smooth, well, it's not really smooth because it's a cheap lens, but I like having the smooth aperture adjustment or iris adjustment, whatever you want to call it. Next, I borrowed a lens from a friend. It's another Canon lens. It's an 18 to 55, which converts to a 32 to 110 millimeter lens. Another standard photo lens. This one here is actually an EFS mount, but with the adapter I got, it's just a dead adapter. It's called a dead adapter, which I don't have near me, of course. Where'd it go? I just had it. Anyway, who cares? So, it's a 2x crop factor again. EFS, 18 to 55, which converts to 32 to 110 photo lens. So that's alright, I guess. I mean, it zooms, it focuses. The focus is really short throw, so you only have about that much rotation, which isn't the best for video work, but if you're doing time lapses or just some quick shots with it, it's not bad. It works, because I need a lens and I borrowed it, and you gotta deal with what you can. And then after that, I got smart. I decided I'm not going to buy an expensive glass right now because I can't afford it. So I went to a flea market and I bought 3 vintage cameras. I bought a Minolta and two vintage cameras. Got 3 lenses for $25. I bought Minolta and an Ricoh, and I sold both those on eBay, made back the $25, and I got to keep all 3 lenses. So I'll start off with the Minolta. It's a Minolta 50mm, which converts to a 2x crop factor again, so it's really a 100mm lens. It's Minolta, I think it's an MD or a PK mount. The Ricoh, it's one of those two. It's an MD mount. MD mount, 50mm, f1 to 2. No, I'm sorry, f2 to 22. And here it is. It's just a short little 50. Come on, focus. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Short little lens, again, everything's manual. You can see the aperture is manual, focus is manual, so you just need a little adapter. It costs like $10, and you can use that. Also, I got another 50mm lens. Again, this This one here is only a 2.8 to 16 lens, so it's a little bit shorter of an aperture range. As you can see here, fully manual again, and fully manual focus, obviously, and you just have to get an adapter ring for it. So that's that. This one here is the Ricoh 50mm. Right, Ricoh, and it says Rikenon on it. I guess that's one of their brands. I don't know. All I know is it's a lens and it works. And again, I took out the aperture clicks, I guess. Someone correct me, what are those called? I'm calling them clicks. And then I also got, here, it's a Rikenon Zoom f 3.9 to 32. And it's got a macro. It says macro on it at least. Zoom lens. So here's that. With the crop factor, it becomes a 140 to 420 lens. So again, it's a long distance lens, but it does have the macro, which is a nice thing. Once you get zoomed, I forget how this thing works. Once you get zoomed in or zoomed out, whichever one that may be. Okay, here we go. Once we get all the way zoomed out, there's actually another set of focusing from, you can only focus like that, and then once you get up here, you can actually focus past that point, I think. Okay, here we go. There's the macro part right there. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is all new to me. Once you get up past, right here, you can't focus past that point. You get up here, you can get past it, and that's the macro range right there. It's got a built-in lens hood. It's kind of dented, as you can see right over here. But who cares? It was a cheap lens. I made my money back. The lens is free. Again, everything's manual. This one here I didn't take the clicks out of though, just because I figured I'd probably use this lens for macro photography, because I do some photos. So that's that. And I think that is all of the glass that I have for right now. Now I do also have a 2x telephoto converter for the Ricoh lenses, so that effectively makes the 100mm 200mm, well, the 50mm gets multiplied by 2 to be a 200mm, and then gets multiplied by 2 again to be a 50mm gets multiplied by 100mm by 2 to get 100mm. I'm bad at numbers. And then that gets multiplied by 2 to be a 200mm. So that's just a little, it's kind of like a little adapter, but it's just glass inside. And then when you throw that guy on this big zoom lens here with the macro, it becomes a, let me get this on here for you. And strangely enough, this one actually has metal electrical contacts. So I'm guessing this camera had electronic control for something, who knows. So this lens here becomes a 140 to 420 without the 2x converter, and then it becomes a 280 to 840, so it becomes an 840mm total length lens. Now I'm assuming the quality from that isn't super high. I haven't really gotten to use a lot of these lenses yet. I just got my camera about 2 weeks ago as my high school graduation present. I got it early because B&H was having a sale for NAB, so I also got it with a new microphone and a Tascam recorder, which you're hearing the audio through right now. So, last but not least is the lens that I'm using on my camera right now. So since it's on my camera, I can't really show it to you without changing lenses, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it live because that's how good I am. Let's see, which is this? Oh, look at that, first try. Alright, ready? Here we go. So I got that all figured out. So now I have the 18 to 55mm Canon lens on there. It's all focused. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I'm going to say that all again. I can't talk. The last and only lens that I bought brand new. It is a micro four thirds mount, which is the only micro four thirds mount that I own. Is a Panasonic Lumix 14 to 42 mount with Mega OIS. It's a G Vario, whatever that means. It was $140 or $160 on B&H Photo and Video. And this focus is probably awful right now. I apologize, but what are you gonna do? So this lens here is fully automatic. So if I can get a closer shot of it here. There we go. Hey, look, I got it to focus. So it's got Oh, there we go. Now it's peaking. It's got mega IOS. It is f1.3. No, it's f3.5 to 5.6, 14 to 42 millimeters. And it's just a little guy. Look how tiny this thing is. Look at it next to a 50 millimeter. It's so small. It's unbelievable. And it's got a nice sunshade hood, whatever you want to call it. It pops it on there, and then it zooms out. Wait a second. I never noticed it did that. Oh, it doesn't. I'm just dumb. When it comes out, it doesn't spin at all, so the lens head stays in place. And the only thing I don't like about this lens, let me back this up a little bit. The only thing I don't like about this lens is the focus ring. It's a completely electric focus, so there's no actual moving of the glass when you move the ring. It's just telling the camera, hey, move the glass. So I can spin this focus around in circles all day, and it never actually moves any glass. The zoom moves the glass, but the focus never moves the glass. It's just electronic. So you can't use this on any other camera except for a Micro Four Thirds mount, which is okay because that's what I have. This is really soft. I'm going to go ahead and throw this lens back on right now. There we go. You guys can see me again. So I'm going to keep talking about that lens though. So I got it on B&H video, photo and video. It's a great lens. I love it. I've used it a ton. I've used it more than any of these other lenses, and I've had it for about 3 weeks less than the rest of these, and it's been my go-to lens. It's short, I know, but it allows me to get right up in there, get the shots. 14 to 42 millimeters is a decent range when you're filming the kind of stuff I do, such as like, I've been filming a music video for school. I filmed a chorus concert, and I've been filming time lapses in the car and just some random stuff. So it's been my go-to lens. So in the future, I definitely want to get some more nice cinema lenses. However, right now they're expensive. So I'm just working with what I got for now. Again, I got Rikenon 70-210, this bad boy right here. The Rikenon 50mm, which I had somewhere. That's what I used on my camera. Here it is. Rikenon 50mm with the adapter on it right there. It is with the adapter. It's not too big, honestly. Come on, camera focus. The Minolta 50, otherwise known as the Minolta 100 because of the crop factor. Same thing with the Ricoh. Optica fisheye. You know, I'm going to throw this on real quick so you guys can see it. Just because I like fisheye. Especially for the kind of filming I do. So where is my... Before I throw that on there. 18-55 Canon lens. I borrowed it. It's got to get back to its owner soon as I'm done shooting that music video I was talking about. So here I'm going to show you real quick the... Hey, there it is. Look how zoomed out that is. And I'm not in focus. There we go. That's getting better. Now my shirt's peaking. Good enough, right? So that's the fisheye lens. You can see it's a lot more space. Do the fisheye lens grab that everybody seems to do for some reason. Now it's not going to be as distorted as most fisheyes just because of the crop factor. So all the distortion you'd normally be seeing is cropped out. You can still see some in the window here with the vertical lines being curved, and you can see it kind of in the blanket a little bit. Those aren't perfectly straight to start with, but you can see it there a little bit too with the distortion. So I think that basically sums up this video. Actually, I'm going to show you guys what I used to shoot with. It's right here. So this was a really big step up for me because what I used to have was an outdated Canon not point and shoot. What are these things called? It's like a Sony Handycam kind of thing. Everyone knows what that is, right? Canon Vixia HF10, just an HD camcorder. It got the job done. The battery life sucked. It was a half hour. There was no type of USB charging, nothing. Half hour and you had to bring out the power brick. It was awful. I hated it. It's just basic camera. So this thing's actually probably going to go up for sale pretty soon. If you're interested in it or know anybody who is, drop me a comment. I'll read it. I read all my comments. I don't get many. That's why. So just drop me a comment and it can be yours. flexible with price. I'm just trying to get rid of it, get some extra money to buy some more lenses, hopefully. So, yeah. Sorry I haven't been uploading any videos recently. I've been busy working 30 hours a week and going to school, so it's been difficult, but I'll try and get more stuff out there, I promise, alright? It's summertime, and as soon as I graduate, which is in 6 days, I think it's 6 days. 5 or 6. I graduate June 5th, and today is no, it's more like 10 days. Today is May 28th. How many days are in May? Who knows? There's a few days left till graduation. After that, it's summertime, filming whatever I want to. I just need to get my license, and then I can drive wherever I want and film whatever I want. But for now, I'm kind of restricted to my local area. So I hope to get you guys some cool videos soon. I also think I might take up vlogging, or at least try to. So we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be hard doing that in 4K though. But I did just get a 64GB memory card. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll try that. If you guys want to see that, post a comment. I think it'd be interesting. If you think it'd be interesting, let me know and I'll try it out for you guys. If not, I won't do it. Whatever. So yeah, this is basically it. I lied again. Guess what? Mountain Dew Baja Blast is out. Best soda ever. Peace.